tonight.
Let's check out our starting lineups presented by Kia. It's Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns. For Detroit, Cunningham, Hardaway, Thompson, who was fantastic in Game 5. He finished with 22.7 rebounds, 2 blocks. Tobias Harris was excellent as well, as was Jalen Duren. Another double-digit rebounding performance for the Pistons big man. But it's hard to get out of your mind that visual at the end of the game when Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart were waiting at the scorer's table, trying to check in, but the action just continued until finally the Knicks had to use their final timeout. They were both banged up down the stretch. They're not listed on the injury report. Doesn't mean that they're not feeling the bumps and bruises.
You know, everybody's feeling it, but particularly those two. But also, Ian, what will be interesting, how the game is officiated tonight. I thought they allowed them to play in Game 5, and it favored Detroit against this Knicks team. So how did they call the game will play a big role.
Well, that's a good segue, Grant, because I can tell you that Tony Brothers, Ed Malloy, Mark Lindsay are officiating crew here tonight in Detroit. The home team is 1-4 in this series. The Knicks won both games here at Little Caesars Arena. The Knicks control the tip. We're underway. Game 6. Can Detroit force a Game 7? Can the Knicks wrap up this first-round series like they did a year ago? Game 6 in Philadelphia to take the series 4-2. Brunson, pull-up jump, bottom.
Oh, wow, right away, Brunson letting everybody know, his teammates and Detroit, that he is healthy and feeling good. Got to his spot, which he's done a lot of in this series.
Brunson, fourth quarter, was 1 of 4, just 3 points in Game 5. Ball tip off the deflection. Bridges accelerates. He's got 2 defenders behind him. It doesn't matter. Bridges gets to the rim for 2.
And a nice start here for New York. Tibbs talked to us before the game saying we got to force turnovers and get out in transition and play with pace.
And that's what they did in Games 3 and 4. Got off to strong starts to quell the crowd. Cunningham floats it in.
And it's really impressive how Cade Cunningham just plays at his own pace. You can't speed him up. Great poise, great size and strength. And Anunoby, a fantastic defender. It doesn't matter on that play.
Cunningham, 25.5 points per game, 8.8 assists, 8.6 rebounds, 1.6 steals, 1.4 blocks, all in this series. The one blemish, 5.8 turnovers per game. And defensive 3 seconds the call against Detroit. Knicks will get a free throw with Towns.
We talk about defense to offense. That's been one of the challenges of Detroit in this series and in this building in this series, valuing the basketball. New York, they want to force turnovers and get easy buckets as they did on that play.
4 of the 5 games in this series have been decided by 6 points or fewer. That's how close it's been. In fact, if you want to look at the aggregate scoring coming into Game 6, the Knicks have outscored Detroit 532 to 527. It's been tight.
Very tight.
After the Towns free throw, Knicks lead at 5-2. Brunson trying to shake off Thompson. Did an outstanding job defensively the other night. Brunson comes up short on a 3. Hardaway trying to run. Towns back defensively. Hardaway with the teardrop. After the made basket, the Knicks rush it up the floor. Bridges trying to take Cunningham off the dribble. No room to work. Clear it. Anunoby lines it up. It's off on a 3. Offensive rebound. Towns goes straight up with it, and it rolls off the rim. Cunningham turns the corner, fades. Good defense there from New York. Hart waits for his teammates. Anunoby one-on-one with Thompson. The cross, and he's fouled. So you had Thompson on the front side. Harris rotated over to help.
And right away, Game 6 here at the start, the pace, you see the energy. You didn't see that in Game 5.
Agreed.
They looked fatigued early, a little lethargic, but both teams, a lot of aggressiveness, understanding here what's on the line.
Thompson picks up the personal, and Anunoby to the free throw line. Knicks shot it at just 43% on Tuesday night. They went 9 of 25 from three-point territory. They also missed a bunch of free throws. They missed 11 free throws, went 16 of 27. as Anunoby cans a pair. Knicks committed 15 turnovers in that game. Detroit committed a bunch of turnovers early and then cut down on their mistakes. Finished with 14. Duren tried the extra feed, and it's out of bounds.
And Jalen Duren has been so good passing as a roller there, but once again, another turnover, missed opportunity offensively.
Bridges has got an opening. The fadeaway is short. Long rebound grabbed by Thompson. What a difference.
By the big man Duren in traffic, almost could have been called for a walk there, but very composed as a finisher in transition.
Duren's got big time bounce with that sturdy frame. 7-6 New York. Brunson looking sharp so far, and the fadeaway goes for Jalen Brunson.
And just tremendous footwork. Jalen Brunson, change of pace, great footwork, loves to get to that left shoulder. Just a beautiful move.
It was the right ankle that buckled late in the fourth quarter. He was forced out of the game, as was Hart, with a left wrist injury. Cunningham. 3 ball, too strong, long rebound Harris. Knicks with a 3-point lead, 8:34 to go in the first. Hardaway's jumper, no good. Tip in goes, Harris sneaks inside for 2.
And Detroit had 12 offensive rebounds there in game 5. And staying aggressive on the glass has led to success.
Brunson hearing it from the crowd every time he touches the ball. Anunoby takes the baseline double team, saved by Bridges. Hart swing, shooting practice, Brunson, no. Hart clears, Anunoby, he's got it from the outside, it's a 3.
And how good has Anunoby been in this series, particularly from the three-point line?
So the Knicks grab a 12-8 lead early. We got a timeout called by Detroit. Hey Google, we welcome you back here in Detroit. Let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team. It's Stephanie Reddy.
Hey there, Ian. I want to talk about the New York Knicks and some injuries that they may or may not have, so to speak. Jalen Brunson, their lead guard, right under the 3-minute mark in the fourth quarter. The last game he appeared to roll his right ankle. He did leave the game, come back in eventually. When asked about it today, he said, "I'm not on the injury report. I'm good to go." Now, Hart, he hurt himself even later on when he fell on that left wrist. He was asked today, he said he was exquisite. That's the word he chose. He said that, "I think we looked at some things," and he was speaking of getting imaging of that wrist. They would not even disclose whether it was an X-ray or an MRI, guys. We do see it's wrapped a bit still, but they're both in the game.
And neither player a factor in the fourth quarter of game 5. Off the miss by Hardaway, early offense. Bridges finishes all in one motion off the dish from Brunson.
Bridges so good getting out in the open floor there, and another easy 2 for the Knicks.
Cunningham in and out. Thompson got his hands on it, couldn't grab it, out of bounds.
You see right here, head up Brunson, finding his open teammate there. Great concentration to catch it and go to the reverse layup with the kiss.
Detroit currently 4 of 4 in the paint, but 0 of 4 from 3-point territory. Brunson one-on-one with Thompson, screen Towns. Isolation, Towns trying to power his way, and he does. Took it to the chest of Duren.
Good sign here for New York. Towns has to be engaged and involved.
Knicks are on a 7-0 run. They're 6 of 11 from the field. Step back Jay, doesn't go for Harris. On the lead feed for Bridges. Attacking Mikal Bridges gets the deuce.
I like this energy here early from New York, getting out in transition, not having this go against the setup defense of Detroit.
And now a 9-0 run gives the Knicks a 10-point lead. Towns was swatting at the ball. Hardaway now off the stutter step. Feed it. And everything has been just a little bit off so far for Detroit. Another turnover, that's number 3.
Well, everything's been on for New York, and Cat right here, a powerful Cat at the rim.
And Brunson gets to the cup. Breakdown defensively for Detroit. It's an 11-0 run for New York.
Yeah, really, it's just not getting back. That's unacceptable right there. There was a turnover, the ball was out of bounds. And Detroit not alert and coming with that same concentration here early.
Cunningham trying to orchestrate it here for the Pistons. The pump fake got Anunoby to lean, and he'll pick up the personal. So 2 free throws here for the 23-year-old Cade Cunningham.
And you got to stop the ball right there. Brunson did a great job, change of pace. He had Thompson in jail there on his back and froze the defense, and things opened up. But right now, Detroit has to pick up the intensity on the defensive end. They play good defense. It carries over to their offense.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Kia Telluride X-Line. Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA. Dennis Schroeder in. He's been highly effective in this series. His veteran savvy. He replaces Asar Thompson.
Schroeder's been, his efficiency has been up in the postseason compared to the 28 games he played with Detroit this year in the regular season.
No look, Anunoby, bingo for 3.
And right now, New York getting whatever they want, either baskets at the rim or open three-pointers.
Tremendous first quarter here for the Knicks. They put up 23 points. They've made their last 6 shots. The roller is Duran, and it's blocked by Anunoby. Towns gets it ahead. Knicks attacking once again. Brunson for Towns. Swing, Anunoby. And Duran goes down, but Anunoby turns it over. First turnover for New York. Schroeder, ball fake. He got Hart to commit. The Harris jumper is pure. It's a 3.
Yeah, Detroit needed that right there. Harris, he's been so dependable and reliable, providing the Pistons whatever they need in this series.
Hart trying to get involved here offensively. Hooks a pass for Anunoby. Lines it up. Short. Rebounded by Harris. Schroeder on the move. Bridges trying to stick with him. The cross. And the moonshot from Dennis Schroeder. 23-15. Spirited crowd here in Detroit. Crossing, Brunson protects and scores.
I'll tell you, as a resident foot and ankle expert here, that ankle.
Hardaway took a shot to the head. Brunson pull-up jump. He's got it! Jalen Brunson is lethal. 11 points for Brunson. Timeout Detroit. The Knicks are cooking in Motown.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's no Charles Barkley tonight, but don't forget to download the FanDuel Sports app. It's the best place for live betting and same-game parlays, and it pays out instantly. If Chuck was here, I would say, Chuck, who scores more points tonight, Jalen or Cade? And he would say, Kenny, I'm going with Jalen.
Kenny the lone wolf, and he's got the Chuck impression ready.
And, you know, that might have been the best segment of that group I've ever seen without Chuck.
It was very smooth.
It was very smooth, yes.
Well, the Knicks have been very smooth. They lead it 28-15 with just over 4 minutes to go in the first. They're shooting 65% from the field. Schroeder feeds it. Cunningham. Anunoby takes a shot to the face. No call. And Cunningham lays it in. Hardaway took a shot to the face earlier. Got no call. Knicks lead by 11. Screen, Anunoby. Schroeder sticks with Brunson. Now they switch with Cunningham. 8 to shoot. Anunoby asking for it against the smaller Schroeder. Feed it outside. Bridges lets it fly. Can't hit the 3. Cunningham the board. Cunningham makes his move on the drive, and a foul is called. Ed Malloy had the call on the far sideline. Tim Hardaway Jr. now on the bench after taking this shot to the chin.
You said it best. Multiple guys getting hit in the face and not calling it both ways. Cade Cunningham has that drive right there, a little hesitation, and that elbow caught Anunoby. So I think both teams just going to have to anticipate there are going to be some fouls and bumps and bruises and just play through it.
Foul was called on Josh Hart. Get the NBA app for nonstop playoff access. Real-time scores, highlights, go behind the scenes with new episodes of the original series, Chasing History. Download the NBA app today. Another one here for Cade Cunningham. Just does everything so well. Playmaker in the half court, excellent in transition, smooth with his abilities, gets others involved, natural leader. He's got 8 points here in the opening quarter. Schroeder draws the assignment on Brunson. 10 to shoot. Malik Beasley is in. Swing, Anunoby. Trying to make it happen against Cunningham. Anunoby, the back end, the turnaround, air ball. No call, and the Pistons are running. Cunningham, he's fouled by Hart. Dennis Schroeder is down and grabbing his left ankle.
And a lot happening on this last sequence, Ian. First of all, I thought there would have been a shot clock violation. I didn't know that Anunoby shot hit the rim, but great awareness there. Cade Cunningham looked like the Knicks may have stopped anticipating a 24-second call being made, and Cunningham getting in transition, drawing a foul on Josh Hart, and Schroeder there struggling, grimacing. It appears as though he might have rolled his ankle on that defensive possession.
So you have Schroeder laboring with the ankle issue. Hart called for his second foul. And Schroeder is limping noticeably as Cunningham misses the first free throw.
And it's just been that kind of series. So physical, guys giving it their all, and just, ooh, yes, you saw him roll his ankle. We talked about Brunson in Game 5 rolling his. Schroeder's been so good in this series, so important for the Pistons.
It was a misstep from Schroeder, and he's trying to work through the issue right now. Left ankle. McBride in, Robinson in for New York. Brunson taking it right at Schroeder. Spins and flips it in. Jalen Brunson.
And I like that right there, posting up at the elbow, little drop step floater. Brunson is locked in.
13 points here in the first. 10-point lead for New York. Cunningham circles. Driving kick for Harris. Fly by Bridges. Swinging. Beasley fires. Connects for 3.
An important shot there. Malik Beasley has only been 5 for 27 on catch and shoot three-pointers in the last 4 games. But knocks down a nice swing there at the top of the key.
We're going to hit the 2-minute mark of this first quarter. 30-23 New York. Brunson, flick it. Anunoby, one-on-one. Short on a 3-ball. Felt like a settle for New York. Schroeder's jumper, no good. Bridges, strong side rebound. Brunson has been masterful. Screen from Robinson. Schroeder sticks with Brunson, and he sticks the baseline delivery.
And the kind of start you want from your superstar, from your all-star. Brunson on the road, setting the tempo and the tone here for the Knicks in this first quarter.
The crowd is not affecting Brunson negatively. If anything, it's fueling him. 7 of 9 from the field, 15 points. Beasley missed it from the outside.
Are you saying that the crowd should be quiet when Brunson gets the ball?
I would say that might be a tip they should follow, because it's not working. Robinson on a handoff for Bridges. We hit 1 minute to play in the first. Bridges, a little bit out of control, sets himself and scores from the outside.
And Bridges has struggled a bit from the three-point line, but capable in the mid-range. Gets to the same spot Brunson did on the previous play.
And Bridges has 8. The Knicks 34, Detroit 23. Cunningham screen from Duren. Bounces it. Duren off the heel. Rebound. It's grabbed by Robinson. Harris couldn't corral it. Brunson fakes on the pull-up. Bridges, intermediate jump shot, doesn't go. Long rebound to Cunningham. 5-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Beasley, side of the rim, and now the Knicks can hold for 1. We're down to 17 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The Knicks at 58% from the field. Detroit shooting 40%. Brunson on target, a three. Cunningham, half court at the horn, is short. The Knicks put up 37 points. They turned the ball over once on the road in the first quarter. New York looking to close it out against Detroit. They have a 14-point lead at the end of one. First round coverage on TNT, presented by NerdWallet.
And welcome back to Detroit. Early in this first quarter, Jalen Brunson has set the tone for the Knicks. Great footwork, efficiency, 15 points. And moments ago, our own Stephanie Reddy caught up with Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau.
Thank you so much, Coach. Only one turnover in that quarter. You have to be pleased. What else did you like?
Well, we got to play with discipline, and we got to have toughness, but we got to take care of the ball and make sure we're defending so we can get out into the open floor.
Speaking of toughness, Hart seems to be fine, but has not attempted a field goal. Will you try to get him more involved?
No, he's doing a good job pushing pace, and he's making good decisions deep in the paint.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Stephanie, change here from Tom Thibodeau with Cam Payne seeing some action. Jalen Brunson getting a breather. Feed it inside. Thompson rocks the rim. Detroit now has Paul Reed in the game. He's given them some quality minutes in this series in the absence of Isaiah Stewart, who continues to sit with the right knee inflammation. Bridges is forced to give it up, and Robinson had it stuffed by Thompson.
And how about the play in this series of Reed? Great help side defense and great block. And the scoring right now with both Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns out of the game. Where are the Knicks going to go to for scoring on the offensive end?
It's 37-25 Knicks. Cunningham goes diagonal. Schroeder. Bounce it. Thompson hanging around the rim, and once again will earn a trip to the free throw line. We saw this over and over the other night.
We did. The pick and roll action there, and then Thompson cutting and diving to the rim. We saw Duran a number of times in Game 5 finding the streaking Thompson. Reed doing the same thing. And Thompson, a great finisher, also can play make, but in this series, the adjustment putting him in the situation to finish at the rim.
Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. Make every playoff moment more on America's #1 sportsbook. Karl Anthony Towns in. Mikal Bridges will sit. Bridges goes to the bench with 8 points on 4 of 7 from the field. We asked J.B. Bickerstaff about Ausar Thompson. He said he was really a wild card for this team. It took a little while to see exactly how he would fit in. He was coming off an injury, so just literally getting the reps in training camp into the early part of the regular season, and he just said he impacts winning. Playmaker, ability to push it in transition, athleticism to finish around the basket. Payne feed the post. Thompson will get tested here by Towns. Anunoby, open look, got him.
And Smart go right to Towns, force a double team, and Towns a willing passer finding the open three.
Thompson, he's fouled. Towns was protecting the rim, and Thompson is back to the free throw line.
Towns just takes his time, surveys what's going on. Nice little no-look pass, and Anunoby has been efficient in this series from 3.
First foul on Karl Anthony Towns. Ausar Thompson, his middle name. Are you familiar with his middle name? It's XLNC, spelling excellence.
Wow.
You did not know
I didn't know
this
that.
is new knowledge.
This is new knowledge.
Look at that.
You're exposing me and my lack of my preparation for this game.
Well, oh, you're supposed to know every middle name, Grant. Come on, let's get on that.
You're just showing off right now. We know you're the best in the business.
The guy will go to middle names out of nowhere. 40-27 New York.
And they're going to ride this play again. Get Karl Anthony Towns on that low block.
Shot clock is down to 5. Towns over Thompson. Book it.
And Ian in this series, Karl-Anthony Towns' usage rate goes up with Brunson on the bench. You see right away getting him involved here in the second quarter.
Teardrop doesn't go for Schroeder. It bounces right back to him. Set it up for Cunningham. Two-man game. Schroeder's jumper. Yes, sir. A three.
And just a perfect backup point guard. Schroeder, great confidence, been in these moments before, injecting energy, life, and confidence for the Pistons.
42-30. Payne's jumper, no. Towns is there to suffocate the rim with the jam. 14-point lead for the Knicks. Double team, now they back off, and Payne takes it away from Beasley. Payne pushing the tempo. He got stood up there for a moment by Reed, so they'll reload now with plenty of time on the shot clock. Deep one, Towns off. Thompson guides it over to Schroeder, up ahead. Beasley, fly by Towns, and Beasley makes him pay with a tray.
And Smart from Detroit, push the pace, get an easy shot in transition, and Beasley's knocked down 2 from deep here early.
So the largest lead for New York has been 15. It's currently 11. Knock away, foul on Reed.
And right now, New York has sort of the twin towers in the game, both Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns. Thompson's guarding him. Certainly a mismatch going against the larger Towns. Reed tried to double team and get the steal, but was called for the foul. Now Harris back in the game, and Tobias Harris has actually done a really good job on Towns in this series.
And again, Cunningham a rest. Hardaway in for Detroit. Towns hooks it inside. Robinson couldn't catch it. Towns is there and comes up short. Lead pass tracked down by Beasley. He's going to take it at Payne. It's an offensive foul.
Well, first of all, on that last play, Towns was fouled on that sort of putback attempt. And then Cameron Payne, just great anticipation there. And able to draw the offensive foul.
And homage to Bill Raftery.
Yes, my liver still hurts.
You're going to be okay.
From a month with Bill.
Isn't it funny? Like just you and me hanging out, no issues.
No issues.
You toss him into the mix, different story.
We're both detoxing now.
Yeah, I feel much better.
I do too.
44-33. Knicks in front. Payne defended by Hardaway. They continue to roll with Robinson and Towns up front. Payne. That was supposed to go to Robinson. He didn't realize it. Second Knick turnover. Beasley got a three.
That was great awareness by Schroeder. Find the hot hand. Beasley is locked in here, game 6.
Keep an eye on fast break points. 11 of them for Detroit, 9 for New York. And the Knicks will retain it.
This is playoff basketball, and obviously it's going to be physical, but the refs are calling a little bit closer here, Ian, in game 6.
8:12 remaining in this first half. It's 44-36. New York in front. J.B. Bickerstaff took exception to this call. Malik Beasley was charged with a foul on the push. As the timeout was called, Bickerstaff extended out, trying to have a chat with Ed Malloy, and Tony Brothers teed him up. So you get the foul on Beasley, you get the technical on Bickerstaff, and J.B. Bickerstaff now having an extended conversation with Tony Brothers at the end of the timeout just to explain his side of the story. Brunson goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, Tony Brothers right there, not allowing Bickerstaff to cross the floor like that. Certainly his frustration on display, but maybe it's also a way to get his guys going a little bit, light a fire get these guys going for the Pistons.
Yeah, it's a 45-36 lead for New York. They maintain possession at the 8:12 mark of the second quarter. Knicks finished this season number 5 offensive rating. The defensive rating dropped down from previous years, 13th in the league. Brunson comes to the ball, surrounded, and now single coverage with Schroeder. Shot clock down to 3. Step back jack, Brunson, no. And the box out there by Harris. Detroit 4 of 4 in the second quarter. Clear it, Schroeder. Shooting numbers on the rise for Detroit, now 48% collectively. Harris trying to get the step. Hart back in for New York. Isolation, Harris with Bridges, shot clock at 1. Harris fires and hits.
And Harris has been so good offensively in this series, posting up, knocking down threes, staying aggressive here for his Pistons team, and also guarding Karl-Anthony Towns on the defensive end.
And the Knicks lead is 7. Hart lost it. Reed gets a piece, knocked out of bounds off of New York.
Reed has been so good, so active, but Harris, great patience there. Froze Bridges a little bit on that turnaround. He has been aggressive, got poked in the eye there in game 5 and came alive, became very efficient there from the field.
It's now a 12-5 run for the Pistons. Ball was knocked away from Schroeder. Schroeder one-on-one with McBride. Hardaway ready, short on a 3. Rebound grabbed by Hart. The cutter, Hart takes it at Reed, he's fouled.
And one of the parts of Karl-Anthony Towns' game that's so underrated is his passing ability. They space the floor. Josh Hart is known for his ability to cut, move without the basketball. Great pass and delivery. Hart drawing a foul, getting to the free throw line.
That's the second foul on Paul Reed. And it sends Hart to the free throw line where he shoots it at 78%. The NBA on TNT is brought to you by NerdWallet. Jalen Duren back in. Cade Cunningham joins him. Reed and Schroeder go to the Pistons bench. Knicks got 2 wins here in Detroit, games 3 and 4. They're trying to advance to the second round for the 3rd consecutive season. The lead is 9. Winner of this series plays the number 2 seed and the defending NBA champions, the Boston Celtics, in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Beasley bounces. Duren lays it in.
Right now, the aggressiveness of Beasley. They're guarding him on the three-point line. Nice drive and drop off to Duren.
Brunson step back. It's money.
It really is money. I mean, he has come out here and been just so efficient here after that poor performance from his standards in that game 5.
Cunningham thought about a possible pass. Instead, he shot it. And the Knicks rebound the miss. Bridges can't hit the 3.
It didn't look like Bridges had a clean catch on that shot attempt.
Cunningham leaves it for Beasley, rises up. And Towns has got the board. Nick trying to drive this lead back to double figures. Hart, swing, Anunoby.
And the Knicks getting the shots they wanted. 2 open corner threes. They just couldn't convert.
It's Beasley. It's Nylon. (49-43). Knicks. 12 points. 4 of 7 from downtown. Isolation. Brunson battling, fading. Rebounded by Hardaway. Cunningham running the floor. Good find. Beasley, hot hand. No. Hart's got the board. Brunson one-on-one with Cunningham. Drives it. Layup doesn't go. And Duren is there for the rebound. The chemistry is through the roof for Cunningham and Duren.
You said it best. Great chemistry, but great awareness. Recognizing that Jalen Brunson guarding Duren got some cross matches with their transition defense. Throw it up high to the big fella and let him finish.
And it gets the crowd fired up. Duren can cut it to 3 and does.
I tell you, this young Detroit team, they are resilient. Not the start they wanted in this first quarter. They have been able to manage to get back into this game, and they've done it with blue-collar toughness on the defensive end.
Largest cushion for the Knicks has been 15. Pistons have never led. Shot clock down to 10. Bridges, he goes cross-court, Hart, extra, Anunoby. Hardaway bounces off of him, and Anunoby tosses up an air ball. Cunningham, again to Duren. The catch underneath, tough angle. Beasley, connects for three.
I don't know how Duren didn't go out of bounds there. Great balance.
Hart drives it, and he draws the foul on Duren. 8-0 run for the Pistons.
Smart there by Hart. Going into the body of Duren, forcing the officials there to make a call, but you're right. That 8-0 run, impressive. And Duren with that pass to the corner, finding the hot Beasley. Detroit basketball on display.
First foul on Jalen Duren. Let's check out the upcoming NBA playoff schedule. TNT up next. Game 6. The Nuggets trying to wrap it up against the Clippers. LA just looking to stay alive. We'll have it for you on TNT. Tomorrow night, ESPN has got the Rockets and Warriors. Game 6 with Golden State in front. 3 games to 2. Go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. 51-49. Knicks, who are 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Four minutes to go. Fun first half here in Detroit. Beasley, short, and Towns will allow it to bounce out of bounds. Malik Beasley has come off the bench, 5 of 8 from three-point territory, 15 points. The dribble drive by Bridges, the stumble. Hart, he allowed Duren to close in defensively. Bridges fires, and it bounces over the backboard, out of bounds.
And in the first quarter, New York was getting easy opportunities. Baskets at the rim, open three-point shots. But the defense is tightened up here by Detroit. Everything a struggle the last few minutes. And that, in part, is how Detroit has gotten back into the game.
Knicks are 4 of 15 from the field in the second quarter. The Pistons are 9 of 15. The Knicks have missed their last 6 shots. Duren stops, pops, and hits. We're tied at 51. Schroeder gets back defensively on Bridges. We come up on 3 minutes to go first half. Bridges using his size, and he hits from the baseline. 10 points from Mikal Bridges here in the first half. Anunoby, he got Hardaway in the neck, and he's called for the foul. It's number 2 on OG Anunoby.
Right there, Anunoby tried to deny the ball, and he pushed Tim Hardaway Jr. there in the back and grabbed a little bit of his neck as well.
Both teams have 4 fouls. Under 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Catch and shoot, Hardaway. And Anunoby steps in for the board. Knicks are down to 49% shooting. Hart, ball fake, drive, lob, Anunoby, the throwdown.
Yeah, great job there by Josh Hart. Beautiful shot fake. Got Duren in the air. Of course, the help came. Nice alley-oop to Anunoby.
The Knicks lead by 4. Cunningham working against Bridges. Cunningham, 10 to shoot. Hardaway there, creating space. Cunningham, feed it for the Harris J. And the rebound snagged by Anunoby. Knicks trying to add to their lead. Brunson, shake and bake. Brunson, Baker, no, but a foul. And Brunson ends up on his backside.
Yeah, great change of pace right there. Brunson able to freeze the defense. Been so good drawing fouls and getting to the line. Big time in and out move. Almost a three-point play opportunity. But wow, what a game, what a first half here in Detroit.
First round coverage on TNT presented by NerdWallet.
And welcome back to Little Caesars Arena. This second quarter, the Pistons back to work. They've done it with defense, unselfish play, timely three-pointers, and an interior presence. Total team effort to get back into this game. This Piston team not giving up, no quit at all. And certainly this has been indicative of this series on both sides.
It's been one of the great turnaround stories in recent memory, what the Pistons did from last season to this season. A year ago, it was tough to get people to come to the games, let alone show spirit for the Pistons after winning 14 games. They finished 44-38 this season. They are now trying to force a Game 7 against the number 3 seed New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference.
And you got to give a lot of credit to J.B. Bickerstaff. Trajan Langdon hired him in the offseason. He brought in some veterans to complement these young players. I think all of the challenges last year and what they endured, it's kind of brought a toughness about this group, and we've seen that on display throughout this series against a very good New York Knicks ball club.
Brunson now has 20 points in the first half. The Knicks have gone 10 of 10 at the free throw line. They lead by 6. Under 2 minutes to play. Cunningham, defended by Towns, looking for the open man. Harris, he got Hart to lean. It goes, and a foul.
Smart play there by Tobias Harris attacking the closeout. Great pass from Cunningham. Harris didn't settle. 1-2 dribble pull-up game, and Hart got his hand caught in the cookie jar.
Hart goes to the bench. McBride replaces him. Harris can crack double figures. When we talked to J.B. Bickerstaff about Tobias Harris, he said he is everybody's safety blanket. He can be whatever we need him to be in any given situation. That's the ultimate compliment.
It really is. They depend on him, and he has stepped up for this Pistons team.
Knicks lead at 57-54. They've cooled down after the scorching hot start in the first quarter. McBride lines it up. Short.
Couldn't get the ball to Brunson on that play. Schroeder denying him the ball, not letting him touch it.
Head and shoulder fake. Schroeder. That's crafty. Detroit cuts it to 1. Brunson one-on-one with Schroeder. Back in. Brunson. And nobody home. Out of bounds. Detroit with a chance to take its first lead of the night.
An uncharacteristic turnover there by Brunson. They kind of showed a double team from the baseline. Just lost the connection there. Like McBride cut to the rim, and Brunson thought he'd spot up from the three-point line.
1:10 on the clock. Cunningham, stop and go. Cunningham, he's doing it at his pace, and the Pistons have a 1-point lead. Down by as many as 15. Now up by 1. Brunson drive. Out of bounds.
There was some contact there on that play between Brunson and Duren. And the officials let him go. Let him play there. Didn't call anything. A little dust up on the baseline afterwards. Back-to-back possessions, turnovers by Jalen Brunson.
46.9 on the clock. Schroeder's going to scoop it up with his team now leading by 1, 58-57. Detroit shooting 65% of the second quarter. Schroeder, pull-up jump, air ball, and it's grabbed by McBride. Racing up the floor, McBride, early offense. Anunoby inside. Bridges lays it in. Anunoby with a pinpoint pass, and Bridges with the body control.
Bridges just flies up and down the floor, and his ability to score in the open court so important to the Knicks.
Cunningham taking his time. 5-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Cunningham, 3. In and out. Towns has got the rebound. Knicks have 8 seconds to work with. Towns will bring it across. 5 seconds. They wanted a double dribble. Long strides. And Anunoby steps on the sideline. Turnover, New York.
And I think Karl-Anthony Towns, when he secured that rebound, probably should have outletted the ball to Brunson there in that situation. Maybe trying to do a little too much there, causing that turnover on the sideline by Anunoby.
Schroeder, get it ahead. Beasley's going to get a shot off. Boom! Malik Beasley bangs in a three at the buzzer. The Pistons have the lead at the break. Tremendous sequence. Halftime in the Motor City. Pistons lead by 2. First round coverage on TNT presented by NerdWallet.
We just got to settle in. Okay, we came out a little sped up. Let's just compose ourselves and we'll be fine. But what we can't have happen is the defensive mistakes down there, right? Right, we got to protect the paint, but we got to execute coverages too, all right? But we're fine, fellas.
Everyone constantly talking. Keep communicating to each other. Eliminate all the gray area. Be decisive with everything we're doing.
And we are getting ready for second half action here in Detroit. 61-59. The Pistons in front of the Knicks. Game 6. Ian Eagle, Grant Hill, Stephanie Reddy. First quarter, Knicks. The ball movement was exquisite. Jalen Brunson set the tone. Second quarter, Pistons come roaring back. It's been the Malik Beasley show for Detroit.
Yeah, Malik Beasley struggled in Game 5 in New York. Only 2 of 7 from the three-point line, but got going in the first half. And the teammates had the awareness, ride the hot hand, big time three to give him the lead at halftime. 6 of 11 from 3 for Mr. Beasley.
Stephanie Reddy caught up with Pistons head man J.B. Bickerstaff. Stephanie.
I asked him specifically about the turnovers that New York has given up. Only 1 in the first, but 5 in the second. I asked him, did they do anything schematically different defensively? J.B. Bickerstaff said no, they just did it better. And that translated to easier offense. He talked about their fast break points having 16 in the first half.
And Bridges floats it off the window to tie the game at 61. Third quarter has been an Achilles heel for New York. Bridges now with 14 points. Cunningham gets rid of it. Hardaway. Anunoby steps in, and it is Harris who picks up the foul.
And right away, having the right mindset out of the halftime. You talked about it. It's really been the Achilles heel this third quarter for the Knicks. They've been outscored in every third quarter in this series thus far, and that has been a theme. But right away, good stop, 2 stops, an easy basket, and coming out with purpose here in the third.
They have shot 38% from the field in the third quarter. They are minus 6.6 points on average in the third against Detroit. Brunson, the pull-up doesn't go. Rebound snatched, and Towns banks it in.
And Towns had 2 guys trying to block him out, Harris and Cunningham. The size and the length, able to convert on that offensive rebound.
Cunningham drags the defender with him. Harris lines it up. It's short. Towns, quick outlet, ahead. Bridges takes it in, and it bounces off the rim, but he's fouled.
And this almost feels like the start of the game. The first quarter, New York, right out the gates, getting stops and out in transition, and Bridges brings that dimension. He's great running in the open floor, and they trust to throw it ahead. Almost a three-point play opportunity.
Bridges. Knicks, of course, made changes during the offseason. Bridges being one of the big names that they brought in, along with Karl-Anthony Towns. We've seen the success that Randall and DiVincenzo have had. Isaiah Hartenstein as well, all already in the second round. The Knicks are trying to make their way into the second round with a win tonight.
And after last year's postseason run and the changes with Towns and Bridges, there was an expectation that they were ready to contend. And certainly, they are now in the postseason in a battle with these Pistons.
Harris, kick it. Thompson, it's denied by Hart. Out of bounds.
And that's what Josh Hart does best. Just the little things that impact winning. Toughness, not quitting on the play. Thompson had an easy two, denied by Josh.
Shot clock at 5. Cunningham, get it in. Hardaway, too strong. Rebound knocked around. Nice activity from Thompson. The offensive board and putback for Asar Thompson. 65-63 New York. Thompson goes down. Brunson bounces. Towns tries the extra feed. Anunoby in and out. Rebounded by Harris. Get into a set with Thompson. The dribble drive. He's fouled. Hart was waiting for him. It'll be number 4 on Josh Hart.
And that was smart. Asar Thompson, knowing that Josh Hart has that third foul, goes right at him. There wasn't a lot of contact there on that play. The Knicks don't approve of that foul, but Thompson played so well in Game 5, and his defensive pressure and harassing Jalen Brunson, and then just great awareness of the situation there with Josh Hart with that third foul, now 4th. And looks like Tibbs is going to keep him out there.
So Thompson will shoot a pair. He is now 3 of 5 at the free throw line. Let's take a look at our FanDuel live point spread for tonight's game. Start of the game, Pistons -1.5, currently +2.5. Early stages, third quarter, Thompson can tie it and does. 65-65. Hart defended by Duran. Activity there, and it will be Thompson trying to fight through the screen, defending Brunson. Number 2 on him.
And there was a lot of contact right there. Thompson just trying to make life miserable for Brunson, picking him up, denying him, grabbing his arm right there. We've seen this series, he's bumped him, and the hope of throughout the course of the game it can wear down Brunson, and I thought it did a little bit there in Game 5.
Bridges, drive and kick. Hart, cha-ching on a 3.
That was a big shot right there. Dribble penetration by Bridges. And they're giving Hart that 3-point shot. They're going to make him score a big-time 3 on that last one.
There's a back in by Cunningham. Bridges trying to hold his ground. Cunningham, that's tough.
And that was tough. Pretty good defense there by Bridges. Cade just too smooth with the ball.
13 for Cade Cunningham. Brunson, Olay, give it up. Hart expecting the contact, and a foul called off the rebound action. Anunoby, and Hart can't believe he didn't get the call.
Well, right there on that drive by Hart, everyone sat around and watched, and Anunoby able to just slide right in there, anticipating the miss. There were 1 or 2 Pistons there. No one blocked out Anunoby, and now he's shooting 2.
Second personal on Cade Cunningham. That's the 4th team foul against Detroit. We still have 9:02 to go in the third quarter. The Knicks have 1 team foul. Knicks are a perfect 14 of 14 at the free throw line. They lead Detroit by 3. Cunningham picked up by Anunoby. Screen Duran. Cunningham lets it fly. Rebound. Bridges has got it for New York. But he gives it right away to Thompson. Thompson Euros. It's blocked by Bridges. Thompson retrieves it. And now the Pistons will slow it down. Cunningham feed Hardaway. Body bump. Hardaway misses on a floater. Rebounded by Hart. Ahead. Anunoby. Leak out. Couldn't jam it. Foul Cunningham.
Right there, good defense, securing the defensive rebound. Josh Hart pushing the break. And Anunoby with 2 hands going to the rim. You saw Cunningham grabbing the wrist, and the arm trying to contest. And I believe, that's 3 fouls now on Cade Cunningham.
And they're over the limit. Anunoby gives New York a 4-point advantage. OG Anunoby shooting it at 80% of the free throw line.
Oh, there you go.
There who goes?
The announcer jinx.
Giving out numbers, that qualifies.
Yeah, maybe so.
No more numbers. Offensive foul.
Yeah, right there. Jalen Duren was coming up to set a screen. And I thought Cunningham maybe went a little bit too soon. Didn't let Duren get there. And great job by Anunoby trying to fight through that screen and making the officials call an illegal screen on that play.
And Grant, that is number 3 on Jalen Duren.
Expect Brunson now to get the ball, considering Detroit is in the bonus. He is so crafty at drawing fouls.
Switch out front. Brunson got a 3.
Or crafty at knocking down threes.
Knicks in front by 7 with 8 minutes left in the third. The 2025 NBA playoffs are presented by Google. NBA playoff schedule, TNT tonight, Nuggets and Clippers, Game 6. On the Rockets trying to wrap it up at home. For more on these games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
And eyeing right now the starting backcourts as we see 2 starters from that championship team here in Detroit. Rick Hamilton, Ben Wallace, 2 guys that know a thing or two about having success in the postseason. 2 Pistons legends.
And Pistons fever is very real here in Detroit. Cunningham gets inside, probing and scoring. Cade Cunningham.
Important. Cade Cunningham has to get going. The backcourt of Detroit, the starting backcourt of Cade and Hardaway, 15 points combined versus Brunson and Bridges, 39 points combined thus far.
Brunson protects it. No look. What a feed. And a foul on Duren.
Yeah, it looked like Brunson. I thought he lost his balance right there. And just great awareness. Hart diving from the corner. And Brunson, a no-look pass. Beautiful delivery. And Duren called there for another foul. I believe that's 4. That's
it is.
Huge.
So it sends Hart to the free throw line, with the Knicks leading the Pistons by 5. Looking over that Detroit bench, J.B. Bickerstaff is not going to make a move. We have 7:27 to go in the third. Hart's got 4 for New York. Duren's got 4 for Detroit.
And obviously Isaiah Stewart's been out, been injured, not in this series. Paul Reed has given some valuable minutes at times. J.B. Bickerstaff has gone small when he's rested Duren. He opts to keep him in the game here.
Cunningham and Hardaway are a combined 0 of 10 from three-point territory. Cunningham off the drive, kick, Harris, swing it. Cunningham doesn't take the 3. Brunson recovers defensively. Now he will. And that's off the mark. Towns has got it. Get it ahead quickly for Brunson. Knicks trying to build on this lead. Brunson using the screen from Bridges. Killer cross. Brunson steps through. Another no look. Bridges twirls inside for 2.
And Brunson right now putting on a passing clinic. He's just drawing so much attention. And the unselfish play there. Fantastic delivery.
10-2 run extended 13-4. Harris one-on-one with Brunson. Little cheat there from Towns. Harris gives up his dribble, face guarded, shot clock at 2. Thompson trying to make it happen, rises up, he's fouled with .5 on the shot clock. Anunoby.
And almost a perfect defensive possession there for New York. Took Detroit out of everything they were trying to accomplish there. It looked like Anunoby just a little bit too close there. I mean, you got Thompson, not really known for his jump shooting, not a smart foul there or a smart contest by Anunoby.
And now we're going to see some changes for Detroit. Schroeder and Beasley in. They're going to send Duren and Hardaway to the bench. Malik Beasley, 6 3-pointers made in the first half. That's tied for the most off the bench of the playoffs since 1998. Jason Terry, the other bench player, to put up those kind of numbers in the postseason.
The Jet. Always wonder how Kenny Smith.
I knew you were going to go there.
You know? Interesting.
I mean, Jason Terry, it's based on his middle name. So he's got J-E-T.
I mean, you and your research on middle names. Impressive.
It's my specialty. Here's Brunson against Schroeder. Grant Henry Hill. Hart, kick, Bridges, fake, Anunoby. He cans it for three.
Great unselfish play, draw and kick. Right now, the Knicks in a groove offensively.
81-71, New York. Harris going to the rim, and he flushes it down.
Yeah, a little confusion there. Defensively, Schroeder makes him pay. But right now, this Pistons team, small ball lineup. I think you got to go and get some touches inside for Towns.
Jalen Brunson gets the roll. Brunson is in his bag.
He is in his bag. And with the 5 guys out on the perimeter, when you drive of New York, when you're in New York against that defense, those opportunities will be there.
Cunningham the ball, lodged loose, Bridges ahead, and Anunoby couldn't catch it. It was a little too far for OG Anunoby from Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, Tibbs right there, just know he's thinking, don't make the home run play. You had a great defensive stop there. You got a turnover. Want to at least get a shot every possession if you're New York here on the road.
Thompson attacking. He's fouled. Towns was not going to let that shot get to the rim.
I actually thought that Thompson might have used his off arm on that drive. Thought Brunson did a pretty decent job sliding his feet. Thompson tried to turn the corner. And it looked like there was a lot of contact.
So they get Brunson on the personal.
I would never question Tony Brothers.
No. You're not going to win.
That's true.
Tony Brothers, longtime NBA official. We saw him diffuse a number of situations the other night in the Indiana-Milwaukee series. Bounce it. Reed is in, trying to challenge Robinson. Ball's on the floor. And they're playing Twister. Jump ball.
Left red. Left arm red.
Right.
Or left hand red.
Elbow green.
A great help there. Anunoby swiping down. Reed trying to make something happen. And look at that. They are battling for the ball.
So it's going to be Reed and Robinson to jump it up. 4:57 on the game clock. 10-point lead for the Knicks in the third. Double tap. Harris saves. Shot clock winding down. Schroeder in and out on a 3-ball. Detroit is now struggling from 3-point territory and struggling in the third quarter.
Looks like a foul called.
So they're going to go the Hack-a-Mitch method again.
Say that again?
Do I need to spell it out?
My audio was down a little bit. I'm sorry.
Hack-a-Mitch. Shop NBAstore.com right now for the best selection of NBA playoff gear. Choose from jerseys, t-shirts. Experience. Detroit is 4 of 13 from the field in the third quarter. The Knicks are 7 out of 10. Robinson misses on a pair, so the strategy pays off for J.B. Bickerstaff. Get it ahead. Beasley forced to give it up, and he tosses it right to Anunoby. Robinson and Reed jostling, and Reed called for the foul again. And it's going to send Robinson right back to the free throw line.
And Robinson, you know, he has really struggled here. 37% from the free throw line in the postseason. Those are career numbers. The lowest playoff free throw percentage in NBA history. And so smart by J.B. Bickerstaff. And even if he makes one or both, it just takes New York out of their rhythm on the offensive end. Certainly making him pay for being out on the floor here in this third quarter.
Robinson shoots a line drive on his free throw, and that's why you often don't see him get enough arc. That one looked very good coming off the fingertips. 13 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks in Game 5 for Mitchell Robinson.
I didn't know you had other jobs on the side.
Free throw
shot doctor?
It's a small side business consultant. I have.
You want to plug yourself right now?
I have 0 customers. I'm working through it. 84-73. Knicks. We're down to 4:25 to go in the third quarter. Cunningham faked the handoff. Reed screens Anunoby. Cunningham swings it. Harris, he got Bridges to commit, and Harris had it blocked on the way up by Anunoby. Leak out Bridges. Bridges, oh, that's a man's jam! Mikal Bridges with force. Major stuff for Bridges. 86-73. Cunningham, the drive and kick. Schroeder, fake, 2-man game with Cunningham. Rises up, knocks it down. And a timeout taken by the Knicks. Mikal Bridges. That was a major highlight.
We know what to expect, okay? We got to do the job, okay? Every opportunity, we have to do the job and do it correctly, okay? And we got to do it more effort than they do.
And Ian, right, this sequence right here, Ian, is New York Knicks basketball at its best. Great block on defense, and then in transition, Bridges, who's thrived here tonight in the open floor, attacking off the bounce with the opposite hand. And right now, New York, this third quarter, you see the first 5 games they struggled, but they have managed to figure out these third quarter woes here, and they have been spectacular with their performance.
So it's the Knicks in front, 86-75 with 3.5 to go in the third. Hart, he just tossed it to no man's land. Cunningham, swing, Schroeder to Beasley. Bounce it inside, ball fake, Reed is fouled. So that was a tough sequence for New York. Detroit takes advantage and gets to the free throw line.
New York, Knicks 32, Karl-Anthony Towns.
So Karl-Anthony Towns picks up the personal.
Yeah, right there. Towns was trying to come across the lane, got bumped a little bit by by Cade Cunningham. Looked like Hart anticipated Towns being open, and not the execution out of a timeout that Tibbs wanted.
That is 14 fouls against New York. Another free throw here for Paul Reed in his 5th year, formerly with Philadelphia. So he played against the Knicks last year in the postseason. Similar situation. The Knicks were up 3-2 going into Philly after giving up that opportunity to wrap up the series at home at the Garden. Sixers came back in the final moments to win that one, eventually at OT. But the Knicks got it done in Philadelphia. Took the opening round series in 6. They're trying to do the same tonight. Brunson switching hands. He's fouled.
Right now, I love how Jalen Brunson's moving without the basketball. He faked like he was going to come off the screen at the elbow. He and Towns are on the same page. Back cut. Was able to lose Schroeder there, and quick release with the offhand as Cunningham coming from the weak side trying to contest.
Brunson's got 25 points, 5 assists. Schroeder picks up his first personal. Bridges is going over looking for a towel. Hart is having an extended conversation with the coaching staff.
I wonder if there's...
Bridges may have had some blood there, and that's what Tony Brothers noticed and told him to go deal with it. So you get this mini timeout where both coaches get to huddle up with their team, other than Bridges, who's being tended to. And Anthony Goanaga, the athletic trainer for the New York Knicks. Another free throw coming for Jalen Brunson. In this series, Detroit had outscored New York 142 to 109 in the third quarter. We've had a completely different story tonight.
Really, the only offense has been Cade Cunningham on a few jumpers in the paint. They've managed to guard Beasley at the three-point line. He has not had any attempts. So hot there in that first half for Detroit.
And it's now 29-16 Knicks in the third. They lead at 88 to 77. We approach 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Schroeder picked up by Brunson. Beasley gets it back for Schroeder. Takes it in with the left hand. Good defense from Brunson. Ball is loose. And contact along the baseline as Brunson goes down.
Bonus so early in the game. Great defense. Didn't foul. Brunson going for the loose ball. Reed, out of frustration, pushes. And once again, Brunson at the charity stripe. He has been so efficient.
And Grant, that's 5 on Reed because he was the designated fouler on Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, yes.
So he gave a couple of fouls away because they wanted to send Robinson to the free throw line. He's got 5 fouls in 8 minutes. And now Duren will check back in. He's got 4 fouls.
It'll be interesting to keep an eye on that. Duren gets another foul here. What option does Bickerstaff have?
They don't have other bigs.
I mean, other than going small, which they've done quite often here in this series.
Knicks 89, Pistons 77. Cunningham takes it all the way. 10-point game with 2:40 remaining in the third. Anunoby goes down. Brunson. Schroeder closes out on him. Brunson, spin move against the grain. Fade away. Bullseye for Brunson.
Ian, there was nothing there. Schroeder did a great job, but Brunson just created a little bit of space to get that shot off.
He's got 30. Discard. Anunoby. Schroeder on the floor.
And kind of these inverted screens here where Schroeder setting a screen on Cunningham's man. He did the last play there, and Anunoby said, he's holding me. He threw him. How many times have we seen that in the postseason? You maybe think you get fouled, you react, and they get called for the foul. Right there, you see him setting a screen, which led to Cunningham on the previous play, that easy too. So a little frustration there by Anunoby getting called for the foul.
And Grant, they are going to the monitor here, Tony Brothers, to make sure there wasn't anything extra from OG Anunoby.
Right here, Schroeder once again trying to post him, and he's holding him a little bit there, and Anunoby out of frustration there, drawing the foul. Or excuse me, getting called for the foul.
So a series of replays shown on the big screen. Knicks are staring at them. Fans obviously react believing that this is a flagrant foul on Anunoby. He's trying to make the case that, no, I was wrapped up on the play.
And he was, but they may upgrade this here. He may have been fouled, but.
Ruling on the floor, a common foul against New York. The play has been challenged.
So this is now a coach's challenge. We saw this in Game 5 where J.B. Bickerstaff used that challenge. He didn't win it. It didn't end up costing him. Pistons won the game 106 to 103. 2:13 mark of this third quarter. And Bickerstaff is doing a live play-by-play. Just said, hey, he grabs him. Foul was called on Anunoby. Now they're checking to see if there's something extra beyond it.
And the question was there a foul on Schroeder before Anunoby responded with throwing him down? Interesting strategy here to use your challenge on this play. During the regular season, the New York Knicks had the highest percentage on challenges in the regular season. I did some preparation too.
No, you did. I'm impressed. My sense though now, Grant, I'm just trying to sift through this. The Knicks would have challenged this. The indicator being, after looking at the replays up top, that they believe Schroeder fouled Anunoby first.
Right.
So they went to see if there was something extra. Now they're playing off the challenge.
Review, the defender throws the offensive player to the floor. Therefore, the challenge is unsuccessful. New York loses the challenge. They lose the timeout and their ability to challenge the rest of the game.
So this is actually going to affect the Knicks the rest of the way. They had a few minutes to actually look at it because Tony Brothers went to the monitor to see if there was anything more than just a common foul, and during that period, the Knicks decided to challenge it to see if they could get the foul on Schroeder.
Yeah, they thought maybe they would call the foul on Schroeder before, you know, Anunoby fouled Schroeder or threw him to the ground, and it did not work. And now you lose that challenge, as you said, for the rest of the game.
2:13 mark of this third quarter. Schroeder's going to the free throw line. And Tom Thibodeau is still pleading his case, trying to make the point that it was Schroeder that hugged Anunoby before Anunoby took him down.
I like the inverted screen right there, and Schroeder with the old John Stockton screens there.
So second one here for Schroeder to cut it to 10, and he does. That guy knew a whole lot about physical play, and then the other one, Richard Hamilton, who knew how to work without the ball.
I was going to say one knew how to screen and one knew how to use the screen to get open.
91-81. Knicks. 2 minutes to go in the third. Brunson makes a cut to the rim, and Towns couldn't locate him.
Yeah, right now Schroeder is trying to deny Brunson, almost face guard him. You saw earlier he beat him on a back cut. Towns just could not deliver the pass on that last one.
A minute 50 to play in the third. Brunson shows. Cunningham can't get the three. So it's going to be Jalen Duren going to the free throw line. That's number 3 on Karl Anthony Towns. Only 9 points for Towns, 11 rebounds.
Yeah, I'll tell you, one of the themes in this series has been offensive rebounding. Both teams have thrived, been able to get second chance opportunities there. And Duren, with those 4 fouls, able to maneuver himself in the right position and draw that foul.
Pistons, though, continue to miss from three-point territory. They're 8 of 29. That's 28%. Beasley individually is 6 of 11, and now Cunningham is going to head to the bench at the 140 mark of the third, replaced by Hardaway.
Yeah, and the Knicks, they're not leaving Beasley at all. He's not getting anything clean, anything open. And really what's only been working for Detroit is that sort of inverted screen and roll action with Schroeder setting a screen for Cunningham.
Bridges replaces Anunoby. 20 points for Mikal Bridges, 30 for Jalen Brunson, 19 for Anunoby. Beasley leads the way for Detroit with 18. Second one for Jalen Duren. 8-point game. Here's Brunson. Steps through, kicks it out for Hart. 7 to shoot. Swing it. McBride can't hit the 3. Long rebound. Bridges knocks it over to Brunson. Brunson penetrates. Hart the drive and kick. Brunson with 7 on the timer. Schroeder, tight defense. Give it up. Bridges on target for 3.
Bridges extended that possession, tipping out the offensive rebound to Brunson, and Brunson repays him with that pass for that 3.
Pistons have taken an offer here in the third quarter from three-point land. And Bridges picks up the foul defending Beasley. 51.6 to play in the third.
And just a little dribble handoff there. Brunson able to screen Bridges' man while he was dribbling, passing the ball. And a timely bucket there, catch and shoot, three-pointer by Mikal Bridges.
So Beasley at the line, first time tonight. First points of the second half. Both Brunson and Bridges, high shooting percentages tonight. 65% for Brunson, 67% for Bridges. Nine-year veteran Malik Beasley, 2 out of 2.
And Beasley, Detroit right now only 2 of 18 other than Beasley from the three-point line.
40 seconds to go in the third. Brunson watched by Schroeder. Towns against Harris. Shot clock down to 4. Towns, tough delivery. Knocked out of bounds by Duren, so the Knicks will retain it. 14 on the shot clock, 27.9 on the game clock.
Lucky break there for New York. A lot of contact on that drive. Got bumped multiple times. And Duren just could not gather the ball there and finish off the defensive possession.
Trigger man is Brunson. He's going to have to go long to Hart. Brunson peeks at the clock. 20 seconds to play in the third. Brunson the fake, the drive, scoop shot, no, slam down. It's Hart. 16.7 left in the third.
Once again, everybody watching Duren trying to contest Brunson. They didn't block out. Got to put a body on Josh Hart. Always crashing the offensive glass.
11 points, 8 rebounds for Hart. The lead is 11 for the Knicks. Schroeder lob it up. Too high for Duren. Out of bounds with 3 seconds left. Get it in. Brunson, low dribble, fires. Air ball. End of 3 in Detroit. The Knicks 96, the Pistons 85. New York trying to slam the door shut on this first round series. The Pistons just looking to stay alive. First round coverage on TNT is presented by NerdWallet. By NerdWallet, we're getting ready for the fourth quarter elimination game with the New York Knicks trying to get to the finish line.
And to close out a series on the road, it's got to be great defense. And the Knicks in this third quarter have been fantastic, contesting, blocking shots, maximum effort. And moments ago, our own Stephanie Reddy caught up with J.B. Bickerstaff.
Thank you so much, Coach. You told us before the last 2 games you're focusing on 1 game at a time. Now you've got 1 quarter. What's the focus?
We got to be better defensively. Right now we got in the bonus with about 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. They were on the free throw line after that, so we got to do a better job of defending without fouling. But we made too many mistakes that gave them open threes. We were great in the second quarter when we eliminated their catch and shoot threes. We got to do that again in the fourth.
Brunson has 30 already through 3 quarters. What do you do with him?
Just make it more difficult. He's making tough contested 2s right now, but he's getting loose and getting to the paint, and that's where he's at his best.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Karl Anthony Towns asking for it. It bounces off the rim. It's a loose ball foul going the other way.
Right away going inside the Towns as Brunson sits to start this fourth quarter. And Harris is fighting for his life, bringing the physicality there. And I'm not sure. I thought that was on Towns, but
it's Hart.
It's Hart.
And it's 5.
That's big right there.
So it's going to send Mitchell Robinson back into the game.
Hart flying in on the glass there, and looked like he might have caught the arm of Tobias Harris, as Harris had inside position on Towns.
And now an adjustment. It's going to be McBride, not Robinson, replacing Hart. Just underway, fourth quarter. Knicks 96, Pistons 85. New York leads this opening round series 3-2. Boston waiting in the second round. And a foul called, Campaign. So 2 quickies against the Knicks.
Campaign trying to fight over that screen, a little bit of contact. Malik Beasley so good at moving without the basketball, drawing that foul.
Okay. Beasley misses on a 3-ball, rebounded by Harris. Harris squares, gets the roll. Back to a 9-point game. Payne trying to turn on the Jets against Beasley. He's got the angle and the bucket.
Nice hesitation there, Campaign, who had a fantastic fourth quarter in game 1. Ooh. Wow, looked like an offensive foul there on Tim Hardaway Jr. Just pushed McBride right in the face.
And it was a bowling ball effect because you had McBride go down and Anunoby. Anunoby and Duren now exchanging some words. Anunoby had something to say to Hardaway as the players are trying to get in between them. Tobias Harris is calming down Jalen Duren. And the Knicks will have possession as Hardaway picks up the offensive foul. Knicks lead it 98-87. Payne takes the lane, comes up short on the floater. Payne goes for the steal on Cunningham. Swing it ahead. Beasley's ready. Can't hit the 3, and Towns has got his 12th board of the night. A minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Bridges handling it. The big gets switched on to Bridges. Put it way up high. Cunningham the knock away. And that pass was errant. Hardaway maneuvers. Goes to the left hand. And it bounces off the rim.
And now neither team really proficient with their offense.
Towns. That's off one leg. And it's rebounded by Cunningham. That just looked awkward.
Yeah, it's been looked awkward for both teams this last few minutes as Duren rim runs and gets underneath the basket. Payne there, all he could do was foul him, but just sloppy on both sides on the offensive end the last few possessions. Payne trying to wrap up Duren.
If you're New York, there's always concern in the non-Brunson minutes, and we saw it down the stretch of Game 5 when Brunson went down with the injury, and the Knicks looked paralyzed at times. Payne took the shot, Bridges missed the shot. Obviously, Brunson has been the maestro here tonight for New York with 30 points and 6 assists. They're just trying to steal some time and get him some rest in the early portion of the fourth quarter.
Well, it's important in New York. They have to get a look at the rim every time. They can't turn the ball over, careless passes. You got to make sure you use the clock. Good offense allows your defense to get back and get set up against the Pistons.
So Payne is off the ball. Bridges now running the show on this possession. Handed off, Anunoby. A blast to the rim, Anunoby banks it in, plus the foul.
Right there, a timely bucket by Anunoby, showing the strength. I think there was a little confusion, Cunningham and Duren, on that little two-man game defensively, but great strength and concentration there. And Anunoby at the free throw line as Brunson checks back into the game.
Payne sits. 9.5 to go in the fourth. OG Anunoby has 21 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. And he gives the Knicks a 12-point advantage. Cunningham bounces for Duren, one dribble, and he shovels it in, and the foul.
And you talked about chemistry. The chemistry between Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren. Beautiful pocket pass, great hands. And that little head fake right there, I thought froze Towns, got him a little bit off of his rhythm contesting there. And Duren was able to draw the foul. Great contact and finish with the left hand. And Duren, a capable free throw shooter.
That is the fourth foul on Karl Anthony Towns. Playoff series debut for Jalen Duren. And he is living up to the potential. Duren now with 16 points. It's 101-92. Knicks. Schroeder back in for Detroit. McBride trying to turn the corner on Thompson. That means Schroeder is dealing with Brunson. Brunson one-on-one with Schroeder. The jab, Schroeder goes down, shot clock winding down, Brunson short on a three. He mistimed the jump and Brunson gets inside for the killer deuce. The Pistons had the rebound. Two Pistons mistimed it. 32 for Brunson. Cunningham three, off. The box out by Anunoby.
In the last 3 games, Cunningham's three-point shot has been way off. Not like how he shot it in the regular season.
The length of Detroit really bothered New York in Game 5. Not tonight, just one block for the Pistons. Kick it out, McBride. Hard drive, couldn't finish. Long rebound, break opportunity. Schroeder to Cunningham, lays it in. 21 for Cade Cunningham. 103-94. Brunson missed it from short range. Transition, Schroeder, Cunningham, back for Schroeder, three ball. Out of bounds off of New York.
And Brunson right here, not quitting on the play. 2 defenders there. You have to communicate. And Brunson just great awareness there. Sneaks back in, gets that easy 2. Defensively, you got to talk and not assume anything, particularly on the defensive glass.
Poke away by Robinson. Duren grabs it, 6 to shoot. Duren, give it up. Thompson throws it down. Timeout Knicks. That was working in Game 5. Pistons are Game 6. Time for our TNT game break presented by PayPal. Coming up, Game 6. Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets up on Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. 3-2. Got the action for you right here on TNT. Oklahoma City advancing with the sweep against Memphis. Minnesota's in the second round. They handled the Lakers in 5. And Golden State and Houston will play Game 6 tomorrow night in San Francisco. This crowd is juiced up. 7:40 to play here in Game 6. Eastern Conference first round series. Knicks leading 3-2. In front 103-96. Fourth quarter. Bridges picked up by Hardaway. Robinson trying to set a high screen. He flings it towards the rim. McBride with 6 to shoot. And McBride loses the ball. He tried to cross over on Cunningham. Off the turnover. Cunningham needs some help. Duren to Hardaway. He nearly lost it out of bounds. He's got a mismatch with Robinson. Cunningham feed the post. Duren missed it. And a foul called off the rebound action.
It looked like as Duren, he went up, missed the shot. Looked like there's some contact. Not sure exactly.
It's going to get 2 free throws, so it's going to be on the attempt there.
Yes, okay. Could not hear the whistle. A little sloppy out of that timeout for both teams. McBride fumbled the basketball, Tim Hardaway Jr. as well, but Cade Cunningham finding the mismatch inside, and Duran's been efficient here at the line.
Hart is currently on the bench with 5 fouls, and now he's going to check in.
And what's happened is, out of that timeout, Detroit has extended their defense. Dennis Schroeder and Thompson picking up full court, harassing them. And that last possession, Brunson didn't touch the basketball, which led to some sloppy play and a turnover.
17 points for Jalen Duran. 21-year-old from Newcastle, Delaware. Got a 5-point game. 7 minutes to go. Duran has not missed at the free throw line. 8 of 8. Brunson tries to shake off Thompson. The jab by Brunson, 9 to shoot. Brunson, relentless, fades off the heel, rebounded by Robinson, clear to Anunoby. And he misses on a 3-ball. Hardaway skies for the rebound. 6:35 to go. Brunson shows defensively on Cunningham. Drive and kick. Hardaway on target. It's a 3.
How about that? Hardaway has not hit that 3 tonight, but big time, quick trigger, and a beautiful pass from Cunningham.
This is a 9-0 run for Detroit. Bridges trying to end it, cannot. Turnover. Schroeder up ahead. Thompson the spin and deuce. Tie game.
We keep doing this to ourselves, right? But we keep finding a way back. Okay? So we just got to find our way back. We know what we're capable of. We just got to shore up our defense, fellas. Right now, we're allowing them to get to the paint way too easily. We got to control the ball more, okay? We rebound, then we get out and run. We got a lot of game to play, okay? Let's go.
And the sign of a great team, when your coach gives you instructions, you listen and you follow. And Detroit, getting back into this game, it's been their defense. They've taken New York out of everything on the offensive end, creating turnovers, getting out in transition, playing with energy, playing with passion, and getting this crowd into the game. And it's just been multiple efforts. It's been hard work, and it's been a collective responsibility on the defensive end for these young Pistons.
And it's been a tight series throughout. Only game 1 was lopsided, and that was an 11-point win for the Knicks, 123 to 112. Every other game has been within 6 points, and we are all tied up, 103-103. Feels like the Knicks have been in quicksand over the last stretch. Meanwhile, Detroit has played much looser and freer. Hart and Towns back in for the Knicks.
And give credit to Schroeder and Thompson defensively extending themselves and just taking time off the clock for the Knicks to get into their offense.
Towns, ball fake, tosses it away.
And smart play by Cade Cunningham. He rotated from the corner and went right at Towns and caused some confusion, which led to that turnover.
Not surprisingly, Detroit has owned the bench scoring 31-6 tonight in favor of the Pistons. 10 to shoot. Detroit looking for the lead. Cunningham wants to dance with Anunoby. The back end. Shake. Bucket. (105-103) Pistons. 5:22 to go. Hardaway picks up Bridges out near midcourt. Brunson stumbles, fouled by Hardaway. That is just the second team foul against Detroit. Knicks already over the limit.
Struggling to get Brunson the basketball. He had the matchup that he wanted against Hardaway, and it looked like Brunson might have stumbled there. They're going to challenge this.
So a coach's challenge from the Detroit bench with the Pistons up by 2 in the 4th.
Ruling on the floor, defensive foul on the drive to the basket. The play has been challenged by Detroit.
This is what they're looking at here, and in Secaucus, New Jersey, at the Replay Center. There's a variety of angles here. Will they get Hardaway on that initial contact with the right hand?
Yeah, was it enough contact to cause Brunson to fall down there? There was some contact, but was it enough?
Call was made by Ed Malloy underneath the basket. Malloy has the headset on, as does Tony Brothers. Obviously, as it goes deeper, it means they're looking at as many angles as possible. They haven't made any determination quite yet. It's just the second team foul against the Pistons, if it stands. And right now, the Pistons fans are chanting, "Flopper, flopper."
They have, I'm sure, been frustrated as Brunson has been able to draw fouls at an elite level, particularly in this series. But this is a big-time call right here. Really, I think it could go either way. I think this is actually might serve New York well. They play in high minutes. Their starters are on track to play in the 40s tonight, so getting some extra rest may work to their advantage this last 5-14.
Tony Brothers letting the scores table know what the story is, and then he'll fill us in and the crowd.
After review, there is no foul on the play. Because the ball is loose at the time of the whistle, then it'll be a jump ball center circle between any two.
So a jump ball. The Pistons win the challenge. Tim Hardaway feels vindicated. So does Tim Hardaway Jr.
I think the whole Hardaway family.
I think you're probably right. You can go through the family tree. Everybody feels vindicated. And it's going to be Towns and Duren to jump it up. And a re-jump. And Towns is injured.
Looked like he tried to steal the jump ball, and looked like Durham got a little tangled. He's grabbing his chest there. I don't know. A lot of contact on the jump ball both ways.
So they'll do it again. Malloy will toss it in the air, 5:13 to play. And Towns needs a moment.
He got the wind knocked out of him.
Towns trying to catch his breath. And Duren knocks it out of bounds. Cunningham was in the general vicinity, but couldn't catch up to it.
That was the previous play. You see the right hand there come down on the chest of Towns on the previous jump ball. Not often you get hurt on a jump ball. That's the playoffs.
105-103 Detroit. Duren ended up on the floor, so they have to clean up that area right at the center court circle.
And this is a dangerous time for the New York Knicks. I know they're only down 2, but no momentum. Everything has gone Detroit's way, and they just have struggled to get any execution or any clean look here on the offensive end.
Whatever flow they had offensively is gone right now for New York. They're trying to reignite it. Brunson, give it up. Hart gets inside for 2.
And what footwork there by Brunson. But Hart making himself available on that back cut.
We are tied at 105. Under 5 minutes to play here in Game 6. Cunningham, the cutter, Duren. Hart tried to take it away, could not. Duren too strong, and he scores on the interior. Pistons lead by 2. Detroit is 8 of 13 in the fourth. The Knicks are 4 of 12. Brunson the drive. Brunson, no! Knocked out of there, and Towns secures it. Trying to give it up, and does to Bridges, back into the hands of Hart. And Hart lost it. He was fortunate that it ricocheted, and now he lost it again. Thompson! The layup goes! Pistons up by 4. Their largest lead of the night. Brunson can't hit the silencer. And a foul called on Towns.
And right now, New York is looking like the inexperienced team. They're closing out this fourth quarter. Cade Cunningham gets double teamed. He has great size, so he can see over the defense, finding Dern on the inside. And Hart right there, I'm not sure what happened, losing the ball. Thompson in the right place with a beautiful finish. You can watch this offense just deteriorate here for New York. Very uncommon, out of sorts, but give credit to Detroit.
Knicks are over the limit. Ausar Thompson at the free throw line. The Knicks have turned it over 5 times in the fourth quarter. Pistons just 1 turnover here in the fourth. 15 turnovers overall for New York. Detroit has scored 22 points. Karl-Anthony Towns picking up his 5th foul. 1 out of 2 for Thompson. It's 110-105. Pistons. Everybody on their feet. Trying to trap Brunson, and a foul is called. So that's going to be the second team.
Into Brunson, be physical with them because they're not in the bonus.
That is the 3rd personal on Ausar Thompson. Thompson will take a seat.
And I'm surprised. I thought Thompson was doing a pretty good job. His length and size really giving Brunson trouble.
Dennis Schroeder in, 17 points, 6 rebounds for Thompson. We are under 4 minutes to play. Hart turns the corner, drives in, couldn't finish. He got blocked at the rim. 5 on 4, Hart late to get up. Hardaway back for Cunningham. Hart rejoins his teammates. Cunningham gets around Brunson, floats it up, no! And Hart grabs the rebound. Brunson, the shake and bake to the rim. Bank shot, doesn't go. There's a lid on the rim for New York. Schroeder. Timeout, Detroit. J.B. Bickerstaff calls it as Schroeder was about to make his move to the rim. 3:13 to play. In Brunson time, he's got 2 points here in the fourth. He had 3 in the fourth quarter of Game 5. There's still 3:13 to play. The Pistons on top of the Knicks, 110-105.
And it looks like New York is fatigued. They looked a little bit tired. They've got high minutes. Brunson at 39, Bridges 41, and Anunoby 41. And I think the youth of Detroit in this hard-fought series is serving them well here in this fourth quarter.
Karl-Anthony Towns, 2 points in the second half for the Knicks. Hardaway loses it. Knock away, over to Hart. And the Knicks are running. Hart crosses over to Brunson, a 3. In and out, he can't buy one. Under 3 minutes to play. Knicks are now 4 of 18 from the field in the fourth. They double up on Harris. Kick it around the perimeter. Hardaway doesn't take the 3. That's for 2. Bottom.
2 big shots this quarter from Hardaway. A 3-pointer earlier. Nice step back there in the corner.
This game was tied at 105. Now the Pistons are up by 7. Brunson off the window, +1.
And boy, did New York need that basket right there. First of all, you draw the foul, you quiet the crowd, you get a chance to get to the free throw line, gather yourself. And just New York right now trying to stay attached as I think Bickerstaff is going to challenge that again. Why not?
So Brunson was ready to go to the free throw line. Now he will head to the Knicks bench. J.B. Bickerstaff challenging the call, which was a foul on the Pistons.
Ruling on the floor, defensive foul on the drive to the basket. The play has been challenged by Detroit. On the drive to the basket, the defender is moving from A to B into the path of the offensive player. Therefore, the defensive foul stands. The challenge is unsuccessful. Brunson will go to the line for 2 shots. Detroit will lose their timeout, and they have no more challenges remaining.
Quick decision by the officials. The challenge is unsuccessful. The foul will stand on Schroeder, and Brunson will go to the free throw line. So Detroit has no challenges remaining.
And Tony Brothers, on the previous challenge, was the most popular man in Detroit.
Yep.
He lost that on that one.
Yeah, that's how quick it can turn.
It can turn, yes. But, man, big-time play. Certainly, New York, nothing going for them. Brunson found an opportunity, and maybe this will get him going here. Of course, New York going to have to do it with their defense, getting stops.
Looked like they banged heads on the contact with Brunson and Schroeder. Brunson cuts it to 4. He's got 35 points. 112-108. Pistons. We approach 2 minutes to go. Cunningham swing it, Hardaway back for Cunningham, 9 to shoot. Cunningham, tight defense, tosses for Schroeder. Shot clock winding down. Schroeder tried to deflect it off the Knicks and did, out of bounds with .9. Smart play by Schroeder. Detroit has limited time to work with.
Maybe something at the rim, a lob to Duren. Only .9 on the shot clock. Maybe a back screen for Duren at the rim.
And Duren got a pretty good look at it. Comes up short. 1:52 remaining. The Pistons lead by 4. Brunson, one-on-one with Schroeder. Working his way down low. Brunson off balance. How did he do it? Jalen Brunson! Dazzling!
I thought he was going to fall twice. What footwork, patience, concentration, and balance. Wow.
A minute 28 to play, a 2-point game. Cunningham switches hands, doesn't go. Knocked out of bounds. And the Pistons will retain.
Yeah, this is right here. Footwork, balance, just staying composed right there. Thought Schroeder had him there. Pretty good defense. But man, big time play. Oh man, Brunson, nothing going. Just stepping up here late.
J.B. Bickerstaff sends Thompson into the game to replace Schroeder. Pistons have 14 seconds to work with. Lob it in. Denial. Karl Anthony Towns chases it down. And Duren knocks it away out of bounds.
And they called a foul.
They did.
Great defense. Pass. Getting
Duren got him.
And Duren, all he could do to prevent the easy 2 was to foul him in their transition.
And Grant, that's 5 on Duren. This is playoff basketball.
And this has been what this series has been. It's come down to the last possession multiple times in this series.
Towns at the line. His team is down by 2. 112-111. J.B. Bickerstaff was trying to make the case that Towns fouled Duren when he knocked the ball away on the other end. For the tie. Short. Towns tries to jump in there, does, feeds it, and Anunoby off the deflection, out of bounds. Knicks retain it.
Wow. Missed free throw. Look at this. Everybody giving their maximum effort. Looked like Harris just got caught up and tangled there from Duren. Lost his balance and could not control the ball.
It bounced off the face of Tobias Harris as he got his legs taken out from under him by Duren. They just want to make sure they've got the right time on the clock. 14 to shoot for the Knicks. 1:15 on the game clock. Pistons holding on to a 1-point lead. Get it in for Bridges, outside Hart. Just over a minute to go. Brunson, one-on-one with Thompson. Crosses, Brunson, back in, jab, knocked away. Shot clock violation. Thompson has done it again.
He has done it again. Great defense and great strategy by J.B. Bickerstaff. He subbed him out, let him get some rest, bring him back in. He's fresh. Great anticipation, great hands from Thompson.
Pistons 112, Knicks 111. Under a minute to go here in Detroit. Cunningham bounces, Duren attacking, and a foul. So Jalen Duren is going back to the free throw line.
A lot of contact there. That's their bread and butter play.
And that's it for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, Karl Anthony Towns tried to show on Cade Cunningham as he was coming downhill on the screen and roll, and then get back to Duren. And that is going to hurt the Knicks here. 49 seconds left.
He will exit with 10 points, 15 rebounds, and has reached the quota. Duren at the stripe with 49.8. Pistons lead by 1. In and out. Duren was 8 of 8 at the line before that attempt.
Right now, for defensive purposes, J.B. Bickerstaff subs out Tim Hardaway Jr., brings Dennis Schroeder back in the game. Schroeder and Thompson, what they've done on the defensive end really sparked this comeback here in this fourth.
1 out of 2. Detroit up by 2, trying to force a game 7. Timeout. Tight one in the Motor City.
It's a game break presented by PayPal. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. As you can see, they are underway in LA. The Nuggets and the Clippers being shown on NBA TV right now. But when the game is over in Detroit, we'll take it back to TNT. But we're a ways away from the finish. Iron Eagle.
EJ, this has been insane. The Pistons and Knicks continue to play close games, battles throughout this playoff series. The 3-6 matchup in the Eastern Conference. Pistons up by 2. Knicks with possession, 49.8 to play. Bridges trying to get it in. Brunson stops. Needs some help. Plenty of time on the shot clock. 40 seconds to go. Brunson. The jumper doesn't go. Bridges the tip in. Tie game. 35.6 left.
Bridges has been huge all night. A timely tip. Wow, now coming down to who can get stops here defensively down the stretch.
11-second difference, shot clock to game clock.
This high screen and roll action has worked for Detroit.
Cunningham Takes it in, missed it with the left hand, rebounded by Hart. And the Knicks will take a timeout, their final one, with 20.6 on the clock.
Wow. Incredible basketball from both teams all night. Brunson got the matchup he wanted. They didn't block out Bridges. He barely got on his hands on that. Able to tip it in with his left hand. And how about this Knicks team? They were dead in the water, no rhythm, nothing. Able to gather themselves, regroup, get some stops, somehow find a way to find some offense here, and then get a stop on that last possession, securing the rebound. These are the moments. Clutch player of the year, Jalen Brunson, and 58% shooting from the field in this series in the fourth quarter. And Jalen Brunson has been a struggle here. But man, three-point shots, fadeaways, started the game hot, struggled as of late. That was a big play there. And another big play, almost fell, almost a turnover. So he has just willed this team back into the game. And right now, New York has a chance to end this series. And I would imagine Brunson will have the ball in his hands on this last possession.
20.6 on the clock. Timer is turned off. 113 in game 6. Knicks trying to advance to the second round for the third. To Brunson. Defended by Thompson. 15 seconds left. Brunson takes a peek at the clock. Thompson digging in defensively. 8 seconds. Brunson stops on a dime. Launches. Oh yeah! Jalen Brunson buries it. Knicks lead by 3. The Brunson burner ignited. 4.3 on the clock.
Wow. Talk about some stones, creating some separation right there. And Brunson going for the dagger right there. Had Thompson on him. Was able to get loose. A little crossover play. Thrives in these moments. Embraces it. And Brunson wants to move on to the next series. Steps up. And really, he's done it this last 3 or 4 minutes. Drives. Pull-up jump shots. Making plays. And that's why he was the clutch player of the year. Jalen Brunson, somehow, some way, getting it done. Wow.
An 11-1 run by the Knicks, who now lead it 116 to 113.
Now, for Detroit right now, do you bring Beasley back into the game? Looks like he'll be in. You only have 4 seconds, so maybe this 1 or 2 passes. You got to get a shot up. I think if you're New York, they're going small right now. 2 won't hurt you. I'm sure Tibbs has instructed them to switch everything and guard the three-point line if you're the New York Knicks.
Cunningham to toss it in. Movement. Beasley, Harris falls down. Hardaway, back for Cunningham. Swing it off the hands of Beasley, out of bounds. Pistons turn it over. 0.4 on the clock. Detroit didn't get a shot off. The Knicks take care of business. They wrap up the series in Detroit and move on to the second round. Jalen Brunson. He's the hero. 116 to 113 the final. Knicks win in 6.
And the mutual respect there between these 2 point guards. But man, Ian, you said it best. Jalen Brunson was spectacular. It's one thing when things are going well. He was struggling, his team was struggling, but just
мерцающих шторы пунцовых цветочков, лиц наклоненных над скудной работой. Все тихо, луна поднялась, и облачных переметы разбежались далеко.
Уже над морем вечерит, уж ты мечтой меня томишь. Из полуночи ветер веет через неласковый камыш. Огни на мачтах зажигая, уходят в море корабли. А ты ночная, ты земная, опять уносишь от земли. Ты вся пленительна и лжива, вся в отступающих огнях, во мгле вечернего
Jamila, don Allah gida babu abin da zai raba mu har abada. Jamila, zuciya na baciwa. Gida gida, gida gida, gida gida. No matter what people do or say, this love will never die. If I knew I never hurt you so bad, drinking so much, too much women in my life. Kwashe mata, Jamila, I'm so sorry. I mean a girl. Inna dagida na gan Jamila na. Inna dagida inji muryan Jamila, inji abincin Jamila. Wayo, yeah. Mata magana ta gida soyayya da dadi